So, this is Live and Local with Debbie, and today I have Eli Rose in the studio. So, well, my studio, and they're going to play for us right now. So, what's the first song?
Nightingale.
Nightingale. Original?
Yes.
All right, we have an exclusive. Nightingale. This is Live and Local with Debbie. What's that song about?
Actually, it was two of the songs I'm playing today were inspired sort of by the current political climate, if I'm being upfront about it.
Okay.
And I'm training to be a mental health counselor, and so this song is very much about, like, I don't know, speak up for the little guy and, like, thinking of myself, like, I'm a college student, I don't have much money, if I'm being honest, and, like, just as a little guy also speaking up for fellow little guys. So
that's beautiful. Your voice is great.
Thank you very much.
I love the way you hit those high notes, and, you know, it was so strong and powerful.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is I think this was the first song that I wrote where I was like, yeah, okay, this is good.
It's amazing when you like your own stuff.
Yeah, it's like, all right, this is good. I had one of my friends referred to this as my first classic, quote unquote, because I wrote this about 2 years ago. So.
Okay.
So.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what else you got?
What else I got? Well, first of all, like, can you hear my voice?
I can actually, if you can turn down just a little bit,
all right,
so that voice does come out a little bit more.
All right. I would like to plug in ukulele.
Absolutely,
cool.
Absolutely. I love that guitar, by the way.
Thank you. I got it actually as a graduation present. I'm really hesitant to just unplug this because of the popping noise.
Yep. I am. One of my glasses. Okay.
All right. Cool.
You guys have got to see this guitar. It's just beautiful, and it's what kind of guitar is it?
It's an Esteban.
It's an Esteban. Oh, okay.
Yeah, specifically it's a 2010 Esteban.
Wow. And have you had it that long, or?
Yeah, it was 2010 when it was made, and I got it, so I graduated in 2011.
And are you happy with it?
Yeah.
Because I've never played an Esteban before.
Yeah, I'm perfectly happy with it. Like, I get compliments about it all the time. It's not a particularly expensive guitar either. Like, I think it's laminate, but I could be wrong.
You guys, it's like a blondish.
It's like reddish and white. So.
Yeah, but it's by the sound hole, it's almost like a marble sound hole, and there's stickers on it, and it looks like a comfortable guitar.
Mhm. It does handle a lot differently than a lot of guitars like Fender or Gibson.
How so?
In that, like, it's hard to describe it over the air, but, like, if I were to hand you this guitar, you would just feel that, like, it feels different to hold it and to play it. It takes a little bit of getting used to. As a result, most other guitars take a little bit of me getting used to, because I'm used to playing this one.
Right.
So, but, yeah, actually, the guitar's name is Hira, and my ukulele's name is Herbie.
Herbie. Oh.
So you'll get to hear from Herbie next.
Excellent. All right, you guys, take a listen.
This next song is called A Fool's Promise. But this picture's pretty clear. 1,000 words and we've learned the destruction of our years. With the hand of Shakespeare's jester, these words at my command. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you I am gonna take a stand.
that was fantastic.
Thank you.
That was great. Is there anything else you want to play?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I have a couple more. Maybe. I don't know. We remember that conversation we had earlier about that.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here,
All right.
Yeah. Are you gonna like cut this together, or is like all this?
Well, it depends on the person that I give it to.
All right. Cool.
Whether they're going to do that or not.
All right. So.
Yes. So now we're walking over to my desk, and we're going to chit chat. No, that really was great.
Thank you very much.
I enjoyed that a lot.
Okay.
Cool. So, how long you been playing?
Oh, which instrument? Because I play 3 more.
Oh, well, what do you play altogether?
I play guitar, ukulele, mandolin, saxophone, piano. I sing, I rap.
Wow, very nice. So, okay, so guitar. How long you been playing guitar?
Since about sophomore year of high school. So I would say almost.
So
10.
what, like a year ago?
Yeah, totally. Sophomore year of high school, so like about 10 years ago, actually. Yeah.
All right. Well, Eli looks all of 10. So.
Hey, I'll take that as a compliment for the future.
Okay. Fair enough. So what made you start playing?
Well, I started piano lessons when I was about 8.
Okay.
And I'm not going to lie, I despise piano lessons with all of my being. Loved music, was not a fan of piano.
Because you were forced to, or?
It was kind of one of those situations, where it was like you were finishing what you started type thing. Yeah, which in retrospect it's helped me a lot. But I've wanted to play guitar and sing since I was probably about 1st or 2nd grade.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my teacher actually brought in, I think it was like her son or like her son's friend or something who happened to play guitar, and he just played like some basic like nursery rhyme stuff.
Right.
But I thought it was the coolest thing ever at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to do that. And that spark just sort of stayed. And, and I've always, I picked up poetry writing when I was about 10. And just sort of naturally combined the two. And, but I didn't start doing this, writing originals until about 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
When I started grad school and sort of moved out and got on my own, I sort of started venturing out and figuring out what I wanted to do with this, because I was like, okay, I'm an adult, I'm out here, I'm doing this myself now, so I might as well see where this takes me. And
cool.
I started playing my gigs by going into any place that looked like they might hire someone and handing them my business card and saying, do you want to hire me? Even if they looked like they didn't hire musicians, I still tried anyway.
Hey, you got to knock on doors.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool that you did that. So, and then was the ukulele just a natural progression to it?
Yeah. I'm a big 21 Pilots fan.
Okay.
If you listen to especially A Fool's Promise, you can sort of, you can hear their influence in there. And so I wanted, like everybody else who plays ukulele wanted to play Can't Help Falling in Love, because they did a cover of Can't Help Falling in Love, and Elvis is amazing. And so I got a smaller ukulele that wasn't electric. I couldn't plug it into anything. And then that one I actually found for like $50 on Amazon or something like that. It's really nice. For the people listening, it's a zebra wood ukulele, electric acoustic.
It's pretty.
It's very nice concert uke. So yeah,
very nice.
Yeah.
So then, do you have a mandolin? You have keyboards at home.
Correct,
You have all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So you don't have much room for anything else.
I live in a studio apartment. Actually, the studio apartment is smaller than this room, so I'm very good at spatially organizing things. So it's very, very compact. Even my sound system, my personal sound system, I bought one specifically where the speakers strap on to the mixer.
Oh yeah.
And so I can fit my entire sound system under my desk.
Nice.
Yep.
Hey. So while you were playing on the ukulele, I'm listening, I heard drums. Like, I heard drums, I heard a part where a guitar can come in, and do you want to do that to your songs?
Yeah, eventually. Again, as somebody who, as you claim, is 10, as a college student, especially as a grad student, trying to get people in the music scene together, especially in BG, long enough to get anything done is like herding squirrels on Adderall.
Totally agree.
And anybody else who used to tell that to, be like, yeah, no, that's right, and I'm just as flaky and out there when it comes to trying to get stuff together. I don't want to use the word flaky, I guess, but like busy.
That's a good word.
Busy.
Busy is the new flaky.
Everybody's busy or tired. But I am in the process of putting a band together, actually.
Cool.
We are looking for a drummer, but I got to play that song with Cajon in the background once, and it sounds amazing.
I bet.
I'm so excited. But we are called The Mating Calls, so hopefully you'll get to hear some stuff from us soon.
So, like, how soon do you think?
Oh, that depends. That depends on our schedules.
Okay.
We're actually, I lied. We are set to play a couple of songs at Grounds for Thought in December sometime.
Like next month?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thank you for putting it like that.
Got it. And I will be posting when the date and time and all that for everybody to go out and listen. So then, would you just be part of the band, or is it going to be the band and then you doing solo stuff?
So I'm a part of something called Roots Music Club on campus.
Okay.
It's an amazing club. And for people, your listeners from Toledo, right?
Toledo, BG.
Okay.
I mean, because since we can do the streaming, it's going to be,
All right. So when I say campus, I mean BGSU's campus. And the club is basically, you show up, you can play any instrument. Actually, one of the guys in my band, he plays didgeridoo. That's where the name came from.
How cool is that?
And he's teaching another one of our members how to play it too. But you show up, and it's an opportunity for everybody to get together and basically form bands and share their original music. And at the end of spring semester, we go into an actual recording studio and we record an album of all originals. And so I'm a part of that. And once a semester, we do a Grounds for Thought show.
You need to keep me posted on that.
All right.
That would be excellent. So is it just BG university students?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been around long enough that there are some alumni, some people in local bands that maybe Discount Nostalgia, American Spirits. We have some people in Trino Leaves, Modern Hollow.
Okay.
Yeah, those bands. We have a lot of Roots alum members in those bands. And so sometimes they will make appearances and come and say hi, but it is for students.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely. I would love to highlight that and, bring that out there.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so what's next on my list of questions? Okay, so where are you from?
I'm from around Findlay area.
Okay.
So I had live part of the week at one house and part of the week at the other house, but I went to Corey Rawson. That's
okay.
Where so around Findlay area. I'm from Northwest Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you live in BG?
I do live in BG, that is correct. I've lived here for about 3 years now. Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah. The music scene here is actually really strong, especially with Howard's bringing in lots of people, with Roots Music Club. There's a lot of people that go street performing, which is something that I do as well and is really fun. And it's just, when I moved here, I never thought that the music scene would be so strong in BG, and it's developing into its own sound.
It is.
Yeah. If you listen to a bunch of the local bands together, they have a very similar sound, and I think that's really cool that such a small town has its own sound.
I think that's it is a small town, but you have so much influence with the university, with, I think, Toledo and with Detroit being right there. It's nice to watch this develop, and I think that's one of the reasons why this radio station is happening, because there's such a unique sound that it needs to be heard, and I think, you're part of that, which, again, is cool. I've seen a lot of bands and solo artists that have developed within 3 years, and it's nice, and it needs to be heard.
Yeah, and I don't know. I know that our music scene has been, it has its ups and downs, but it's always been fairly consistently there, I guess. Existing, because I know that Grumpy Days is another place that has historically had a lot of bands playing as well. Yeah.
Cool. Do you see yourself staying here?
See, I don't really know, because, as I mentioned before, my actual, quote-unquote profession, my official profession is therapist, mental health counseling, and I'm working on my master's degree, and I'm due to graduate this spring, and I can, with being a musician and a therapist, I can move pretty much anywhere and get a job.
Right.
And it's really a case of, do I want to stay in BG? Is there some reason for me to move elsewhere? I don't really need anything bigger than a studio, and so, with, student loans, it might not be a bad idea to, stay in BG for a little longer and work on paying that off.
Well, then you might be here forever, but,
it's not a bad place to stay.
But music will always be a part of you.
So far it has been. The past 25 years, if past is any indicator to the future, but lots of weird things have happened to me in the past, and so we all develop and grow, and I don't know, maybe I'll come to a point where, I think music will always be a part of who I am as a person, but maybe not in this form. Maybe it'll take on a new form, but right now I'm just embracing what I got and showing people what I have to offer.
So you're living for the moment.
I try to.
Okay. Fair enough. And how long have you been writing your own stuff?
I wrote my first song probably about 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
Which, ironically, that first song, I don't consider it to be finished, because I wrote it and I finished it. So I have a completed product, but it was only because perfect is the enemy of finished.
Okay.
You gotta, if I wanted to write the perfect song, I would never finish a single song.
Right.
And with this particular song, I hear a lot of electric guitar and distortion and drums, and I just don't have access to that right now. So if anybody, by the way, if anybody needs a drummer, or anybody is a drummer looking for a band, come find me, because we need a drummer.
There you go. You never know. So, out of the places for you, let's put it this way, what's a place that you would love to play, but you haven't yet?
See, I would love to play, actually, I've played at Howard's multiple times, but since I'm a solo acoustic artist, I've never played, Saturday nights on the main stage, because, I've played Black Swamp, I've played open mics there all the time, I'm kind of a regular there off and on. I would really like to play Saturday night at Howard sometime once we get our act together.
I think that's going to be a big possibility. Yeah.
And, man, I don't really know if there is a particular place that I really want to play as much, I just want to keep playing. I always say, if you want to, bring me out and have me play next to a random trash can on the side of the road, I will play, because people are people, and people like music, and
that's true.
They have the ears to listen to the music, whether you're standing next to a trash can or playing in front of 3 billion people.
What does music do for you when you're playing, when you're writing, and you're listening? What What does it do for you?
Music historically has been therapeutic. It's been an escape. It's been a way for me to express myself. It's been a way for me to push boundaries with expressing myself because there are a lot of, there have been a couple of songs that are the meanings behind them are very raw and very personal, and like you don't realize it until you're actually doing it. Like sharing those lyrics and that experience with a room full of strangers and like sort of just trusting them with that can be absolutely terrifying, but really thrilling at the same time.
Have you ever gotten a negative response from your music?
I haven't gotten a direct negative response from my music. Most people, either they really, really like it, or they're kind of just indifferent, because my music does sound a little bit different than a lot of the mainstream stuff right now. It sounds similar, but also different, and I think it's just that solo acoustic style.
Right.
I've had a lot of places, like, different types of wine bars and stuff that, like, they hear me once or twice and I'm not what they're looking for, because I play with my originals, and then I play a lot of alternative, and I play a lot of, like, think Red Hot Chili Peppers and Gorillaz and Cage the Elephant and some classic rock in there, and that's just, like, they're like it seems to me that a lot of places are looking for music that's in the background.
Right.
Which I totally get, like, for business and for ambiance, like, as somebody who is going into a wine bar to just hang out with friends, that's what I'm looking for, too, just something to fade into the background.
Right.
And I've designed a lot of my set lists so that, like, you have, like, a nice, smooth song that it does fade in the background, but then I like to contrast it with a song that's very in your face to get people's attention.
Right.
And sometimes it just doesn't fit the ambiance. So
and that's okay,
and
because
that's fine,
not who you're about.
Yeah, and it kind of sucks sometimes.
Right.
But at the same time, like, not all music is going to be appropriate or fit the mood for what places want. So,
right.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite place that you've played?
I really like playing, let's see, I've played at Greek Gardens in Findlay. It's a restaurant. Again, I like playing at Howard's. I like playing things like Black Swamp and Firefly Nights, Grounds for Thought, Bar Social in Perrysburg. I've played there, and I really like that. I feel like I'm just, like, plugging in all these places.
That's
like, free
okay.
advertisement.
Right.
I played Grumpy Dave's a couple of times. I think I've also played a couple of times for Bittersweet Farms.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that.
Yeah. And that in particular, I played a gig for them, I think it was last weekend or the weekend before, and they rent out the old townhouse, and it has the community theater in it. And so you play on the community theater stage.
That's cool.
To people. Yeah. And it's completely on a volunteer basis, but that was so much fun. Like, you have people getting up and dancing, and they really like it. I had one guy, it was his birthday.
Aww.
And so we sang Happy Birthday, and I think that's one of my favorite places to play so far, just because the energy is so enthusiastic.
How'd you get hooked up with that?
A friend of mine, local musician.
Okay.
Uli Krosner, who is also really awesome. You should check him out.
I will have to.
I'm just going to plug everybody here.
Might as well.
I asked him if there were any gigs that he had gotten, because he's also a solo acoustic artist, and so he sort of knows a bit more about what's going on. And he hooked me up with Steve, who runs Bittersweet, and so Facebook's great. I messaged him, and he hooked me up, and
cool.
Yeah.
So I stalked you on Facebook, and
as you do.
Right, because that's why you put all the information out there, so people can stalk you.
Yeah.
So you had said something that they're doing it once a month, an open jam. Is that correct?
Doing it once a month.
Yeah, you had put something that Bittersweet is looking for other musicians.
Yes. So they're looking for musicians for the event that I just mentioned. That I think it's every Friday actually.
Oh, okay.
Every Friday from 11 to noon, they bring in local musicians, and you volunteer to play for an hour, and then they'll bus people from like Bittersweet and around. And it's open to the community as well. And for those of you who don't know, Bittersweet Farms is I believe it's a camp/organization for people with autism. So,
is it just autism?
I don't know. I would have to ask, but that's what I've been told.
Okay.
But either way, it is actually once a week.
Oh, okay.
They're booked into January already.
Wow.
So, but if anybody is interested, totally check out Steve Upperco. He is the guy who organizes all this.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had saw that you did that, and I was like, oh, wow, that's neat.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow. All right. So what makes you different? Why should we listen to you?
I think because...
Are you setting your guitar on fire?
I'm not planning on setting my guitar on fire anytime soon. Even when I do listen to Hendrix and feel that I'm no longer worthy. But I think my lyrics are really what draws people in, because I've been told that my lyrics are poetry, like most lyrics are, but compared with, like, I've heard some really good lyrics, especially in the area, but I feel like that is my strength, and I just naturally write a lot of, like, protest type songs. It's hard for me to write love songs. They don't come easily, so you get just lots of things about society and helping your fellow man, and I'm a big fan of Amanda Palmer. For those you don't know, she's the lead singer of Dresden Dolls. And she had this quote in her book, The Art of Asking, that your audience is whoever is listening. Like, if somebody likes your music, then that's your audience. Your audience isn't everybody. You're not trying to get everybody to like your music. You be yourself, and whoever resonates with that, those are your people.
That's a great quote.
Mm-hmm. That was a really summarized version of it, or wasn't an exact quote, but the concept.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what do you feel, and I've heard pros and cons about this, what's your opinion on famous people, musicians? See, I can't, since you said, I can't anymore. Musicians being political and talking about the climate that we live in. I mean, it goes back to, way back, where, famous people have gotten involved in this, and people are like, you know what, they should stay and do what they do and not give their opinion. I mean, my opinion is that you're a writer and you're affected by what's around you, so I think it comes natural. But what do you think?
I think that we put famous people on this pedestal like they're not human, they're outside of the realm that is our everyday lives, but musicians and actors and writers, they are very much human. They're human just like the rest of us. They're experiencing this just like the rest of us, and why not? Like, they're experiencing this too. They're not exempt from the political climate. They're not exempt from being affected by this stuff, and if when they sit down to write a song, that's what they're thinking about, then they should be able to write about what they're thinking about, just like any other, like, musician who's never left their living room or their basement writing about this, because I agree with you, somehow the musician still, the stereotype of the musician still in their mother's basement,
right,
has full liberties to write about whatever they want, but once you get to a certain point, you're not allowed to write about certain things anymore. It's frowned upon, and I just think that's ridiculous, that if somebody wants to write about whatever they want, then they should be able to write about whatever they want. That's where I stand on it. All musicians are humans, whether or not they seem superhuman.
This is true. So what other projects do you have in the works? I mean, you've got the band that you're working on, and you're still looking for a drummer, I assume. So what else do you have going on?
I have a couple of new songs in the works. And I'm working with stuff for Roots. And we have the Ground show coming up, and we have the album recording coming up with that as well soon. The band itself we're working on incorporating some of my songs and some of the other members' songs and just getting other parts written and organized and very much experimenting with that for the first time, which is always interesting.
Cool.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, that's music projects. Do you want me to list everything else?
Do you have other stuff?
I mean, I'm working on grad school stuff right now.
So you don't have time for a love life?
I mean, not entirely true. By the way, I'm also single.
You heard it here. You heard it here.
I have no shame.
Let it all out. It's all good.
But
so what do you do when you go home and you're like, "Oof, I'm tired"? What do you do? What do you do to like chill out?
I do pretty much the same thing 99% of people do.
You get drunk and then run around naked? Oh wait, sorry, that was me. Sorry.
No, that was last Friday.
Oh, okay. This is where we get along.
Really, I just like to sit and chill. I'm very much an introverted person, believe it or not. I like to sit and chill. I have a cat. Her name is Astrid. She's leash trained, and so I take her on walks.
Oh, how cute.
She's adorable. I wish I could show everybody a picture of her. I might show you
Well,
a
if you
picture
go on Facebook.
Yeah.
I tried to do that with my cat once, and she did not like it. She was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And because I'm like dragging her, I'm like, "Oh, look, a leash." And I put the leash on her, and I'm dragging her through the condo, and I'm like, "Come on, Callie, come on." And then I realized, and she's like, and then I realized I'm choking the cat. Like I had the leash on the wrong way. And, she's like, I'm lucky this cat didn't die on me right then and there. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. And then still when I had it on the right way, she was like, this is stupid. I'm not doing it. But that's my story.
Even in my experience, like I started leash training my cat. We've digressed from music to leash training my cat.
Yes.
It's okay. This is, anybody who knows me knows this is a pretty standard conversation outline for me. Talks about music, talks about cat, talks about counseling. Yes. Okay. Anyway, but it's not walking the cat. It's supervised wandering. Cat just happens to want to go outside, and then you just follow her around, and the leash is only to keep her from like going under cars. Going where she's not supposed to go.
Yeah, like if I'm in a store, I wander, and then I run into people. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention, because there's shiny things out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you mentioned different projects. I'll get back to what I do when I get home. But when I'm not home, this semester I got to take some fun classes, I guess, because my last counseling class isn't offered till spring.
Oh.
So I'm actually taking a class where you learn how to build string instruments. I'm building a ukulele.
Yes,
right now.
I saw that. That is so cool.
Yeah, and assuming that it's done by December 1st, I will also be featured in ArtsX, which is the big art exhibit that they have on campus that's open to the community. So.
Oh, how cool.
Yep.
Will you be signing autographs there, too?
I mean, if people ask for them, then sure, but I don't hold my breath right now.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I have that going on, too. But anyway, for the most part, I'm one of those people where, you sit down in front of the TV and turn on some Netflix and you scroll through social media and cuddle with the cat and drink some tea or 5 cups. Tea is my lifeblood.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, where do you record? Do you record from home, or do you have a studio?
So I got a mixer last Christmas, I believe. It's just a teeny tiny thing, and I hook it up to my laptop.
Okay.
And I use my performance mic. I just hook that up to that, and then I plug the guitar into it, and then it's a really simple setup. I want to get some professional recordings done ASAP, especially since, like, I would really like to hand you an album. Unfortunately, I don't have that, but I do have a SoundCloud with the rough recordings on it.
Okay.
Or some of them, I should say. But it really is just me in my apartment playing my music over and over and over again because I'm really picky. And going from there, which right now I think it's a good representation of my music because it is just me and an acoustic instrument.
Right. So is that guitar there the one that you always use? Is that your go-to guitar?
Yes. This is actually my only guitar.
Okay. Okay.
Right now. I do have an electric, but it's been broken for the past 4 years, and I've just never gotten around to fixing it.
Okay.
And it's actually for sale at the moment because I want to get a better electric if I'm going to actively use that. But this is my...
So what's wrong with the
electric? I just have to flip it over on the back and unscrew some screws, and then where you plug it in, if you try to plug it in, the little metal part, like, shoots in like this. And, yeah, that's really specific for the listeners. But
well, there you go. If you're a drummer, if you're looking to hook up with somebody, and if you want to buy a guitar, Eli Rose is available.
Yeah, this is a fantastic interview.
Isn't this great? I love it. See, giving the people what they want. All right. I don't see what. You know what? If you walk out of here after this interview is on the air and all three things happen, you're going to be calling me up and being like, hey, thanks. That was great. You know? So, all right. So you mentioned shows and upcoming albums or CDs. Do we have dates on anything?
Well, let me see here. The ground show for Roots, I believe, let me double check here. Sometime in December. It's December 1st. So.
It's getting closer.
Yeah, December 1st is the ground show. Starts at 8 at Grounds for Thought.
In BG.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay. So you better get practicing.
Yep.
So what do you listen to?
A little bit of everything. I listen to a lot of alternative. The main bulk of what I listen to can be best described as things that you would hear on 89X.
Okay.
The alternative station out of, I think, it was out of Detroit, now it's out of Windsor, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also like some classic rock. I'm going sort of on a classic rock binge right now. 21 Pilots, they are my favorite band. Although Queen is the creme de la creme.
Yes.
But let me see what else. Billy Talents. I listen to a lot of emo music, so like the emo trifecta, I guess. Like Panic at the Disco and My Chemical Romance and that kind of stuff. I listen to a little bit of the Gorillaz. I listen to lots of show tunes. If you want me to be honest.
Hey, nothing wrong in that. So, and do you find all this influences you to write your own stuff?
I find that all of it has an influence on my music, of course. Classic rock, particularly the Beatles, and Queen and the Grateful Dead, and those types of bands are the most inspirational for me. Like, I listen to them and I'm like, okay, I can sit down and write a song right now. But other songs that are more like, I guess, hardcore, I also listen to a little bit of like dubstep, like metal like Five Finger Death Punch. Think of that, or Marilyn Manson. That generally doesn't inspire me as much to write, but it's something that if I want to like dance and get
naked and drunk.
No, but
sorry,
you keep coming back to that.
I do. Sorry, that's me.
Avenged Sevenfold.
Avenged Sevenfold. Yes. Very nice sweatshirt.
Yes. Thank you. A little bit of everything. There are very few things that I won't listen to. It just depends on what I'm in the mood for at the time.
Okay, fair enough. So, last question.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are your plans for the holidays? Are you gonna stick around here? Are you gonna like go away on vacation, someplace exotic? What are you gonna do?
I wish. Someplace warmer would be really nice. Probably, I'm just going back to my parents.
Okay.
I spend about a week with them. I have to pack up the cat and we go visit, as I refer to grandma and grandpa, as I refer to it from the cat's point of view.
Oh, okay. Okay. Are you an only child?
I am. Well, I have 3 step-siblings.
Okay.
On my one side, on my dad's side, but I am by blood an only child.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get spoiled?
Arguably, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Historically, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm the youngest of 5, so I mean, being spoiled is.
You're the baby.
I am the baby, and the grown up in me is like, all right, enough. But the child always wins out in me, and I'm like, okay, you want to give me this still? Okay.
Okay.
But there's nothing wrong in that. What's your favorite holiday?
That's a good question. See, I used to, I liked Halloween. I wasn't a huge fan of Halloween until this past year when, it was just a really awesome Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'd have to say either Christmas or Halloween.
Okay.
Would be my 2. It's funny. Once you, get into the adult world, especially if you're around my age, actually, if you're my age, older, whatever, adults are almost more into Halloween.
Let me just say my age, okay? My age means 25. So, not 35, 45, 25. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
25.
Yes.
A baby.
You're a baby. I'm a baby. We're both babies.
Aww. It's my favorite interview so far.
Yes. Anyway.
Yes.
But, adults are more into Halloween now than the kids are.
Yes,
which
definitely.
Is fantastic. I dig it so much. One thing that I've done in the past, not this year, but I think it was last year, I dressed up as Steven from Steven Universe with the wig and the shirt and everything, and I street performed downtown playing ukulele.
I'm so sorry I missed that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I dressed up as 2 lesbians in a U-Haul.
Ha! Ha ha!
Yes, it was great. I don't know if the picture is on Facebook, but yes, we dressed up as 2 lesbians in a U-Haul. And we made the U-Haul out of, well, she did. I didn't. Paper, U-Haul boxes. Mm-hmm. And then on the side, it said, something like transporting lesbians since 1946 or whenever U-Haul was in existence.
Fantastic.
Yes. It was great. Oh my God, it was hysterical. So we had fun.
That's fantastic.
So,
I love that.
wearing our, fleece and,
mm-hmm.
looking like lesbians.
As you do.
Well, yeah, because, if you're going to play the part, you got to dress like a lesbian.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's all right.
That was my thoughts when I chopped off all my hair.
Yeah. So, got to look like it. So, well, this was a great interview, and I had so much fun, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Do you want to play anymore, or do you want to wait until you have more to...
I can play one more song.
All right, if you have to.
If I must. If I must.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay, this is me bending Eli's arm.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. Ow.
Yeah.
Such pain.
Yeah. Too bad. All right, now we're going to walk back to the other end of the studio. This is us walking, and Eli is going to set up, and then we are going to listen. This is Live and Local with Debbie at WAKT 106.1 FM. And again, I want to thank Eli for coming out and playing some songs and shooting some shit and getting naked and drinking. And oh wait, we didn't do that. Never mind.
Keep bringing that up.
I do. Never mind. That's my other life. So, all right. So, what song are you gonna play?
Well, this is actually part 2 to another song of mine, but
Okay. So part 2 to which song?
Logotherapy.
Logotherapy.
Actually,
Yes.
I'll just play both.
All right.
That's cool.
Again, if you have to.
Why not? If I have to.
All right.
But logotherapy, for those of you who aren't a psychology nerd like me, is the therapy of meaning. And in case you're ever on, Jeopardy, it's Viktor Frankl developed this therapy after he survived Auschwitz.
Oh wow.
And it kept him motivated that he was going to create this therapy about finding meaning when there seemingly is none. And anyway, so the therapy of meaning is effectively what this very therapeutic song for me to write. And so that's why it's called Logotherapy. Again, in case you're ever on Jeopardy. And if you win, I get half of your earnings.
Fair enough.
All right. It's 9:15 and I'm longing for sunshine from some time long, long ago. There's a beauty in breaking and regrets overtaking the minds of my lifetimes of known. As we crumble together in the strangest
That is great.
So, and then part 2 to this song is called Lemon Drops.
Okay.
I must quench my thirst first, though. And this is part 2, Lemon Drops. And this is actually a song that Maiden Culls is working on to play.
Okay, cool.
For the December show.